Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of a hatting time. And in the last episode, we finally brought the badge from the Mafia. We went back into Subcon Forest, not to do contractual obligations, cleared out a couple of time rifts in both Subcon Forest and Deadbird Studio, and we had to disarm a bomb. Seriously, everybody wants to kill Hat Kid recently. It's a little bit creepy. But I guess if everyone wants the value of the timepieces and we're going to get them back, well, they belong to us and they're messing with us. In this episode, we're actually going to start off by doing a couple of spins on the Rift Roulette, because there's a few things I want. And we've got 10 tokens, so that gives us 3 spins. So why not we just jump straight into this? Because there's a couple of items that I want. There's, well, we're going to talk about the Margin of the Night die, which I've talked about before. Well, which we got in the last episode, which was amazing. But there's a couple of, well, there was a hat that I want, and there's also a remix. If we can get a remix, that would be very nice. So, what? Hang on. Hang on. It's the, again! If this was enabled, it would immediately be in my inventory. All I would have to do is go to dies, and it will be in here. So, not only does it like to randomly appear in my costumes or dies, even if it's deactivated, it can also appear in the rifts when it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be available immediately. This mod needs fixing. I don't know what is up with this mod, unless it is built into the main game and that's how you're supposed to get it, and that might have been why it was in my inventory, because it was bugged, because it's both in the game and a mod, maybe? I don't know. That's very weird. But I'm going to reroll, because that's a waste. Don't want that, but I know that's a reference. So we might be able to cover that later. Oh, well, that's a reference as well, and I have to claim that, so that's a thing. We'll equip that for now. I really wanted the remix, though. Yep, we are effectively Link from The Legend of Zelda. We got the grey trousers, we got the brown boots, we got the blonde hair, and we got the green tunic, technically. This is a reference to Link from The Legend of Zelda. As I've said many a time, including in the last episode with you know, that bush in the middle of the Ring of Rocks. Yeah, Zelda references abound, plus the graphics. So that's a thing, but that's not exactly what I was after. But that is a die that I like to have. So I guess we'll give this another spin and see what happens. No, that is one of the worst flares in my opinion. That is a sprint hat flare, and it's just a ladybug hair band. I don't like it. Gotta reroll. That is an aviator hat. That is also a sprint hat yarn. Goes very well with the scooter badge once we get it. I've never had that before, and I wanted the hat above. That makes me salty. Don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe a Yeti with horns, perhaps? Let's have a look at it. It's not affected by dye. But yeah, we've got basically a woolly hat with horns. Yeah, I don't really know if that's a reference to anything or if that's just a unique style of a hat, but that's something I did not want. We've got one more spin. Let's see what we get. Oh, yes! Okay, I'm taking it. It doesn't matter what remix I get. I definitely wanted at least a remix, and we're going to get a few more rolls because we're going to do a few more time rifts in this episode. Because in this episode, we're going to go back to the Subcon Forest and we're going to do the purple time rift while grabbing more collectibles. Here, though, we got Mafia Boss Orchestral Remix. New remix has been unlocked for Mafia Town. I'm not going to... Shall I equip it? Yeah, why not? I'll equip it. But, when you equip it, you can't really change it. There's not really anything in the menu that allows you to change the music of the game that you've collected. Not even in your settings. You could go to audio settings, but there's no actual option here. So, how do you use these remixes? Do you just change it and that's it? It's just a one-off choice and that's all you get? Not really. By the way, I want to change my ice hat back to this because, thankfully, getting back to what I want to talk about, the ice hat didn't originally used to get affected by dye colour, but now it does. So, I don't really need the hat that I was after. That was right above the Yeti hat that we just got. But, because this is now affected by dye, I can actually show this off. But I'll show it off once we get into the level. So, with that, back to Subcon Forest we go, because we've got a lot of collectibles to grab. We're still not done yet, and we're still not continuing with our contractual obligations. The Snatcher will have to wait. We've already got appointments with the studio. And we're going to go back to that after this. So, where was this again? In a very odd-looking fountain that is shattered ice? Glass? Don't really know. But that's where we're heading to in this episode. So, we're going to just choose the Subcon well again. And drop right on in. Alright, so what's my badges right now? I don't want the no bonk badge. I'll have that on for now, I think. Yep, that'll have to do for now, I guess. And we got enough money to actually buy something from the badge seller.
Please disregard my twitchy behavior.
Alright, so we got enough money to either buy the Fast Hatter badge or the Scooter badge. I talked about the Fast Hatter badge, which I thought was called the Fast Recharge badge, excuse me, that was a little bit of a miswording. But that is actually pretty helpful, but we don't really need it right now. In fact, we've got a lot of travelling to do, so the Scooter badge would actually be quite worth. So, we're going to buy that. And you know that I keep referencing that this guy looks like a bit, like, out of one shot due to all those, squares and all that? I think that's the perfect time to actually talk about it. By the way, Scooter. We'll switch to the sprint hat in just a moment. Right. Let's pop it on. Margin of the night. Take out of the and swap night and margin around. Night margin. We've got a brown hat with ears. We've got a brown tunic. Purplish blue looking cape like a scarf and blue hair. And black trousers. If only we had yellow eyes. This dye is actually based off of Nico from One Shot, and it's called Margin of the Night, which is a reference to Night Margin, which is like the developers of the, well, I guess the author, I guess. That would be the best way to put it. I don't really want to talk about it too much because it's spoilers, but the atmosphere of this level, all the different colours in a very dark environment, is like perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is why I was so ecstatic on getting it last episode. But yeah, for now, I think we actually want to go trundling into this level. It's replacement magnet badge. You know what? That's fine. Because we're actually going to start exploring this level. So first what I want to do is look for a blue stump. There it is, shining right over here. This sector was what was blocked off when we were going through the burning forest, and that's what we unlocked. That's what we're exploring in this episode, and that's how we're going to be able to reach our purple time rift. See, it all comes together. So let's grab all this. We need to swap to our hollow mask. The yarn is just locked right into it. We've already talked about space blue looking objects that are affected in an opposite way to the green objects when using the dweller masks. This is one of those items. It's literally just locked in here, and now I can't move except for walking out. I want those ponds. Gimme. Right, so with that, next where we want to go is a little bit further onwards. In fact, it's right up there, isn't it? Hang on. It's this way, isn't it? Yeah, it's over here. I want to go to a bunch of rocks. And here's the bunch of rocks. Literally just a little bit of a further walk forward. Ah! Bugging out. Welcome to Stonehenge! Yes, for some reason the Snatcher has Stonehenge in his forest. But some of the stones are affected by the Dweller Hat, so we're going to have to use those to platform up. And some of these rocks are also floating. Well, I got Willem alone to keep me floating. And these things actually are green, so I guess that kind of actually works. Wasn't actually thinking about that, I was just making a joke. And there's an ice cream man outside. Don't know if that's getting caught out by the mic, but there we are. We're actually getting quite high, so we actually get a good view, unlike what happened with the big mushroom, which is Snatcher's house. And look over there. Big purpley shiny thing, blue shiny thing with a little purple speck inside, if you can see that. That's where we're going to go. That's where our time rift is. So that's exactly where we're going to be finishing off this little incursion. And we can also see items floating around the place. Climb up all the way above Stonehenge, and there's just a rift token just sitting right up here. No other way to get it, really. You just got to platform up if you fall. The hover badge will obviously help. Do I have that on? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. So we can actually see where we want to go from here, which is nice. And I think what I want to do is go to this shed over here. There's an item all the way up here, which we could possibly grab. There's also a bunch of green branches that we could probably use to platform up. It seems to lead directly toward it. But we can also make our way differently by, you know, just swinging around at the speed of sound. That kind of worked out. I wasn't intending for that to do. Use the Dweller Mask just to get through the boards, because once again they're affected by green, so it's pretty easy. Another rift token right there. Alright, so we're on a massive roll right now. I need to activate it. What am I doing? We can actually sit down here and chill. We can have a little look around here. There's a mushroom encased in ice right there that we're going to have to deal with, so that'll probably bounce us up. These are looking very abandoned. Even though there's two plates here. Looks like they were abandoned in a hurry and nothing's happened since. Hang on! It's the tourist.
Steve from work went to the moon last spring. He said it was great. Darn Steve. He always has to one-up me. I'll show him with a postcard from the moon. This is all right. I can see myself having a picnic here. Still, it's no moon. Gotta get up there so I can send a postcard to Steve from work.
Few things to know about the tourist here. One, he's the only person that is actually affected by being invisible, I guess. And you don't have to use the hat to talk to him, you can just talk to him with the effect. Another thing, what he said, I'll send him a postcard from the moon. He hasn't been to the moon yet, apparently. And yet this is Act 3, which is after Act 2, which is Deadbird Studio, which is on the moon. What? Okay, that makes no sense, but here's the thing. As I blow open these bushes, actually, because I just noticed they're different from the other bushes around here. What happened during development is that Subcon Forest was actually supposed to be the second act. The reason why they changed it is because that you would have had 2 open world areas, and they didn't want to overwhelm you, plus the spooky atmosphere, and they wanted to give you a bit more variety early on, which is what Deadbird Studio is. It's kind of open-ended. And that's why he says that. So I'm guessing they didn't change it or re-recorded lines, and I'm guessing they're never going to, but that's just a little bit of trivia right there. Now, saying that there was something happening outside, I don't know what that was. There was a very random tapping going on. Sorry, I got distracted. Hang on. Is this bush different? Yeah, because it's surrounded by... I've never noticed this before. Sorry, I just noticed that this bush was surrounded by ponds in a circle, and my Zelda instincts kicked in, and I just wanted to check some bushes, and it's different. It's the same ones I blew up. What? Wait, hang on, what? I've got it! Why is that here? What? Why is there a magnet badge here? I've never noticed this before. That's like one of the earliest and most cheapest badges to get. Why is that just found here? I mean, why would I avoid buying it? Okay, whatever. That's there if you want it. We don't need it, but I don't know if I don't even know if that respawns or not, to be honest. Wait, do I have 2 now? No, I only have the 1. What? This is exactly what happens with the pajama mod. Do I have like an Iron Man badge mod? I don't think I do. Why would I have a mod that's the same as something that's built into the game? I'm so confused right now. Well, you know what? Since we're on this side of the, like, basically on the edge of this sector, I'm going to switch to my sprint hat, hop on my scooter, and I'm going to go back to that infinite yarn that we picked up in the last episode. Because since I'm close enough to it, well, as close as I'm going to be while going around this area, I want to head back. And I'll meet you guys back here after we have a little look at that yarn. That was easy enough. I just pretty much followed the outer walls. Yeah, definitely the perfect time to do it. So let's switch to the brewing hat here, and let's blow this up again. We already collected this. And there it is again. Yep, it just never gets checked as collected. It's always there. Do not know why. And well, unless you want to max out on yarn and not play mods, that's pretty much the only way you're going to do it. So let me head back. I just noticed the bush's shadow that's underneath every bush is actually still there. Maybe that is a very weird bush, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to come back to this shed and go back onto the route that we were at. I was actually going to go up this way to that cherry here, because we got to blow open that mushroom with the ice. And then I just spotted that in the distance, and I just realised, hang on a minute, that looks different to the other bushes, and it was also surrounded by ponds. And as you all know, I need the ponds, because that treasure badge has actually messed us up, which by the way I haven't actually shown off properly yet. So if I equip it here and just stand around, we get a little crazy taxi arrow pointing us to certain items. It used to pop up a map in the corner of the screen. That wasn't really just a map, it was just like a graphic. It showed Hat Kid's head, and then it showed like an X to the nearest item that you could grab that the badge was detecting. We want to hop up this way. There's an item over there, which we can easily get over here right now by coming up this way. But we need to head back that way anyway, so we'll leave that for a bit. We don't want to be jumping all the way through that way. That's just another way to get up. Because if you look over there, there's that blue mushroom. It's just another way on getting all the way to this area. Because we can easily just jump down this way and then segue off. I need to go back to the Dweller Mask. That was a bad thing. There we go. Yeah, I'm still baffled by that badge. Why is that badge there? Funnily enough, once again, stuff that you can blow up, burning yarn in the immediate vicinity if you haven't already made the hat. Yeah, they're very generous on how they lay out some of these items, and then they like, oh no, you need a Dweller mask to get Dweller yarn to make the Dweller mask. It's redundant. Can I actually make this jump? Yeah, I can. So I can actually come this way now. So yeah, what you're supposed to do is use that blue shroom and jump all the way up that way to grab that one, and then you use this one that's frozen to hop up this way and then swing with the hookshot badge. But you can easily get both from the frozen mushroom. Do that. Oh no, I fell short! Dang it. Alright, well, at least I can get back up pretty quick. So let me grab this money quick. In fact, I want to switch to the brewing hay because then I can blow this up and get some money. I just saw this. Haha! I just have to walk into every single one because I don't have the magnet badge on. Yeah, I'm keeping the compass badge on for now just so I can show it off because, I mean, I'm not going to be able to show the older one off unless I clock the game back, but... Are you serious? Alright, I'm cutting now. I decided to go the way of those green branches just to get the ponds in order to get back up here. There we are, that's the angle I need. Yeah, you're not going to be able to make it by just jumping off from the hook. You do need to do a double jump slide in order to reach this. Or, you know, Lilac's headpiece, if you're using the PC version, you only want official mods. So we got that now. And we're actually right next to where we need to be, which is why I want to leave that bit until now. We're at the frozen fountain. Yeah, it's literally just frozen for some, but it's like ice that's shattered, but then it's frozen in time, so it's like double frozen, but also not. Yeah, careful with the time rift. It's a little bit annoying to get into, but obviously if you get into it, it's going to kick you out of the level, so don't do that. Right now, I just want to start platforming up here a tad. Actually, I feel I might be on the wrong side. Can I even get out over there? Maybe if I jump over this way, I might make it easier on myself instead of having to climb back up again. There we are. I think that's actually the intended way to do it. There we are. It's a relic, but we all know it ain't a relic. It's a rift token. Because we all know why. And we can see another item right in the distance, which is just, once again, perfect flow. The thing is, though, is that there's not that many... This is a very small encompassed space, and there's not many landmarks that are spread out. So it's kind of confusing on where you actually need to go. But the easiest way that I can talk about the landmark is go for the nearest yellow cog, which looks like a party thing that you have to go search back for in Skyward Sword, I guess, is the perfect term. You know what the side quest I mean, if you've played the game before. All we got to do is just jump up these branches, do a little slide, and get up here. Or you could, you know, find a different way up on the treetops and just swing your way across and then make a jump from higher above, but this is the intended way to get it, of course. Sprint hat right there. I'm going a little bit quick through here because we've got a lot to do this episode. So, I think, yeah, so if we look around here, we can actually see a few more items. Two of them are over there, and the arrow's actually pointing at one of them. So let's go for that one. Might as well. Well, I see some stuff I can blow up. Might as well do that. Boom! Blammo! Kasplat! No, that's Croc. That's not accurate at all. And this is a bit odd. There seems to be like a broken down house that's got a frozen violin that's playing, a floating table and chair set that's also floating, that we can actually walk under. Yeah, our hat kind of clips in, but it's not actually Hatkid's head. A chest we can never open, don't even try, it's just there for show. Yep, the one chest that's actually like that in this game. Got some paintings here. One of Mafia Town, one of what looks like Mafia Town at night, maybe? Not too sure, actually. Can't really tell, because it's like oil paint. Walking in that makes it wobble. And I believe that statue can come alive, so we want to stay away from that thing. But yeah, we're here right now, so what I want to do is just blow this big box open, bounce up here, hook shot this, and I did that wrong. Let me try that again. It's supposed to be flowing and kinetic here. Aha! There we are. And there's another relic, which is obviously another rift token. Right next to the living room is the best pointer I can give, which is near the frozen fountain, so you'll see it anyway. Because you can see the glow. Yeah, if you can see the glow, it's pretty much self-explanatory. And right next to this, we got another platforming challenge, in a way. It may be small, but it's kind of janky a bit. We obviously know that dark blue we can walk through with the Dweller mask. The green ones is reverse, of course. We need to actually activate it in order to make it solid. What we need to do is, I like to do that. Have the most time. Oh, I bonked! That's bad timing. Let me try it again. Right, activate this. Hop up. There we are. Jump across. Dash Rooney. That was bad. Oh. God damn it. I fell short. Not having a good luck here. Right, let me try this again. Activate this. Wall climb. Oh my god, I should stop dashing. Right. Oh. Heck, kid. Why'd you not grab the ledge? I'm going to cut until I get up there. There we are. Okay. I showed the entirety of that. For some reason, the only way I can actually get up here, since Hat Kid has trouble grabbing the ledge, it happened to me about 3 other times off screen. It's best to deactivate the hat as soon as you get to near the top, so then you just kind of like bump upwards because you're further away from the center, but you won't get pushed downwards. And all that for an ice yarn. It probably would have been a lot easier if I could have got it up here a different way. I mean, let me see if I can actually... No, that's too far away. Yeah, so's that. No, I don't think there is actually any other way on getting up here, save from mods. So that actually might be a problem. Sorry about that, I had to check my totals there for a second, because I kind of lost track after failing that a bunch of times. The arrow is actually pointing straight towards us, but that's actually pretty much on the opposite side of the entire level, and we can't... Well, we could go there right now, but that's for another mission. We're pretty much done in this entire sector already. Like I said, small and concise. There's quite a few set pieces, but... they're all clumped together, so it's kind of hard to like pinpoint where you gotta go. And it's quite spread out, and most of them are in the trees as well. So, in fact, I'm gonna have the ice hat because we're still Nico right now, and this is perfect. So, yeah. But for now, we've actually got our purple time rift to do. So let's go try and make our way up in there because it's kind of annoying to get into. I prefer to do it from here, so I can do a double jump, lunge into it without bonking. That was very poorly aimed on my part. My apologies. We try it again. Over here. Thank you for grabbing that ledge. Right, let's try and angle it that way this time. There we go. Right in there. During the somersault. Out of the sliding dash. Sliding jump. Whatever you want to call it. And let's see if we can actually learn something about this place. Because we don't really have any information about this place. The Snatcher resides in this forest. Steals souls. Place is desolate and ruined. Houses are broken. Things are falling apart. What's the story? Wait, hang on. No, don't want to go in there yet. I forgot. That was a very sneaky one. Yeah, like I said, the glows for the pages are really subtle. But I want to get them all. So don't worry, I won't be missing any. Because I know them all here. Because I had to do this many a time in order to figure where all of them were. And one of them is very sneaky later on. So, yeah, we started on a frozen island. Don't know what that means at the moment. Because we really haven't seen much frozen stuff other than the fountain we jumped into. That was poorly timed. Actually, I don't want to go this way yet. I want to go this way. So, we've got a bunch of ponds to grab. Actually, this segment, I believe, has the most amount of ponds, so you can actually skip quite a ways through this, because it's actually quite a long one. But, obviously, we're going to learn a bit of the history of this level, and it's about time we do so before we continue with our contractual obligations. But, obviously, we have, you know, another contract to deal with. We need to go get our stuff from DJ Grooves and everything. I'm going to take off the compass badge right now, because the magnet badge would help quite a bit on getting some of these ponds. If it wants to grab. There we are. Actually, these aren't affected by the magnet, are they? I had to jump. I had to physically touch that one in order to grab it. Yeah, I have to physically touch them. Never mind. Still, that will help me get the money. So, we've got a crane here. So, obviously, this must have been used or important around here at some point in order to build these tree houses. But, yeah, we're in the burning forest. Thank God that the actual trees don't burn us. But, still not explained on why that this is perpetually burning. Maybe it's got something to do with the Snatcher, maybe? And I'm actually trying to jump on these thorns right now. They're not solid. That's messing me up. Can I do that? What I just did right there was I immediately cancelled out of a slide to get a tad bit more height. And we've got some of these sleepers. If we have a look at these raccoons, actually, they kind of look in a similar stature to the minions. Maybe they were the residents of this place. Let's grab that. I think we've gone all the way around this place now. Yeah, this is quite a big area. That guy's got a pond that we need to go get out of him, so we want to lure him over here. We don't want to home attack him. There we are. Yeah, bop! And there goes all those ponds, but at least I got the pond I needed. Another page right there, very sneaky. One behind, one on top, and one around. I believe that's all there is around here, though. Yeah, this is definitely the biggest spawning area of this entire rift. Aha! Right, so I'm going to kill you. And the one I was talking about that always gave me a lot of issues, so I don't exactly spoil it. Well, for one thing, the camera don't help, because even though there's nothing in the way here, it likes to be like an N64 camera in the old days of gaming, of 3D gaming, where like it likes to get stuck on cameras a lot. Well, cameras. The camera likes to get stuck on walls a lot, is what I meant. And yes, there's a little bit more authenticity, or maybe that has something to do with Unreal Engine 3. I'm not entirely too sure. That was cheap. I actually thought that was there, but it was part of the enemy, and it didn't go up along with the enemy. Well, at least we got enough to continue yet again. Can I get on top of here? Or is that just a big pillar? That's just a big pillar. Can't get on top of that. Let's continue through. A lot of things are causing noises outside, so if I keep falling silent, that's why. Cars are now revving outside. It's crazy. First the ice cream man, and then that. Can we have the ice cream man here? We kind of need a bit of happiness around here. Got a nice big chair here, the Snatcher's chair. So he must have been on these battlements for some reason. Don't fall into the water. It's not actually water. We're in a dream state. And funnily enough, there's actually trees underneath. It's kind of trippy. Considering though that this is like what I would consider the Halloween level, because you know most collectible platformers have like Halloween style levels, which obviously this is quite creepy like. Kind of following a theme. I don't think there's anything else I need to grab actually. I think that's all of it. Yeah, that's all of it I think. Is there anything behind here? Just want to be on the safe side. Ah, you sneak. And I can't. Oh, I collected it. Thank God. I was gonna, because look, the camera here really is uncooperative, and I thought I was gonna have to like jump down and wall climb back up, but I believe they get affected by the magnet. We've got a pond in here, I think. There we are. So a pond in the bucket, in the well. And we've got frozen spires this time. I haven't actually talked about the ice. There is no ice physics in this game, which is actually kind of a mixed blessing, because you would expect it to, and you may overcompensate. But at the same time, these things fall by just tapping on them. They don't fall as fast as the red blocks in Blue Time Rifts, but they kind of do the same thing. I want to hop down here, grab this. But thankfully we don't slip, so all we got to do is just do the darn thing, platform like it's Super Mario. Not Donkey Kong, I don't know what you're on about. Pfft. I didn't say the phrase entirely, you can't sue me. Seriously, they copyrighted that saying, I can't believe that. Everyone says it anyway though. Is that it? It's pretty straightforward this one, I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything. So I apologise if I keep stopping. Just making sure. This is the one! Right, I have 7 out of 9. I think that's okay. No way, I think I might have missed one. I think I might have missed one, because this is supposed to be the final one. Oh no. I think I might have missed one. Do these guys want to actually come down and fight me? Here we are. I didn't see a glow anywhere. Right, so we've taken out all the enemies. That's fine. That bone cage doesn't have an eye, so we can't blow that up. But what we're supposed to do is go down here. But I kind of need to redo this, because if I'm allowed to see what I'm doing... Thank you, game. But zoom out, please. Zoom out, please. Oh, fine. I'll just do this. There's a platform there. That's a cheeky platform, because you're not allowed to see it. Camera. Why? Why are you so janky here? It even zooms in when it is right behind me and there's nothing in the way. It's so dumb. Right, I want to come down here and we'll go in here. Now, I'll cover this room in just a minute because that's supposed to be our final one. Yeah, I forgot to mention about these octo shock things that are similar to those auto-firing things in Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Odyssey. This is the only time that they appear in the game. Yeah, kind of underutilized, but once you take them out, that's it. So, yeah, now I have the amount that I needed. For some reason, I thought I was supposed to get 2 of them here. I blanked out and missed it, and it was in the very beginning. I even looked around, and that's what I'm saying. They're very subtle, and this camera is really annoying me with these platforms. It doesn't help when Hat Kid grabs the wall. Don't hug the wall, kids. Not good. Alright, now we can actually cover this room. First, I want to go over here, and this is like the only time we actually see this room as well. It's a large, heavy book titled Proof of Ethical Consumption Under Capitalism. The pages are all blank. I guess it hasn't been written yet. Yet look at this thing. What texture is making this reflection? It looks like a Septiceye in a jar. Is this a reference to Jacksepticeye? That's creepy. And it looks like it's always looking at you. Or most of the time it is. But that's a very odd, like, reflection. And this is also where the last page is. I know that was our last page, so I must have missed it somewhere, and that was the one I missed. Right behind that post. Pretty much at the start of the second section, once you jump past the first one. So that was pretty much the second one that we were supposed to get, so I pretty much just clipped that in. Oh boy, there we are. No, don't! Hat Kid, please. The camera's not helping. Why can't I not climb up here? There we are. That was really jank as well. But yeah, with that, with 5 additional ponds over, yeah, that's why I had to make sure I didn't miss any because of that. And of course, I will be skipping the story for the end card, because I want to go get the item first, and then we can pretty much cover the end. And that'll be it for this episode. So I'll see you guys next time, but first, it's Rift and Story time. Santa's hat! Don't want that right now. Another remix! Well, we don't need to worry about a remix now, because I got the remix that I want. Well, I just got a remix. I would prefer to get more dyes and hats, so I'm going to reroll that. Oh, I guess we're having a Santa hat then. This is another ice hat, of course, and there's actually no bottom to it. It's just flat. How are we supposed to wear that? It's like a big marshmallow. Well, I'm not going to equip that for now, because I want to stay as Nico. But yeah, that'll do for now. The Tale of Queen Vanessa. We're finally going to learn who this person is, because I mentioned her 2 episodes ago. A prince and a princess were in love. They were loved by all of the village. The princess, however, saw that the prince was with someone else in a shop, holding hands. Her heart was broken due to this. However, when she left, she didn't realise that the prince was just paying for some flowers to give to her. She looks like Anju, actually. Just realised that. Her jealousy did not want to listen to the prince's excuses and crossed him off of her photo in the background. Her jealousy consumed her. Her heart was as cold as ice, and the prince was escorted away. He rotted away in the dungeons for years, and his soul was consumed by darkness as well due to the loneliness that he has experienced. And they have both been corrupted and continue to rule the place separately.